Tobago Budget Day down to the details. Demands are made as it relates to THA budget. Watson versus Calvon Post budget interview and Tobagonians embrace health. Good evening. I'm Kristen Salandi. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Monday, 23rd June 2025. Now to our top story this evening. Today marked a pivotal day for the future of our island, as the Tobago House of Assembly presented its budget for the fiscal year 2026. Councillor Petalyn Roberts says Tobago's first female Secretary of Finance, Trade and the Economy unveiled a budget themed Accelerating Growth, Anchoring Fiscal Stability, outlining key strategies for Tobago's socio-economic transformation.
Today, Secretary Petalyn Roberts presented a budget focused on driving Tobago towards its vision of becoming the greatest little island on the planet. The presentation, her maiden budget address, highlighted significant achievements over the past 3.5 years, particularly in fiscal transparency.
This is indeed historic, as for the first time in the history of the Tobago House of Assembly, our financial statements are completed, publicized, and ready for audit. This is a profound testimony of the administration's commitment to public accountability, transparency, and good governance.
The fiscal 2026 budget proposes a total expenditure of $3.71 billion with a significant focus on development. Key areas earmarked for investment include tourism, agriculture, infrastructure, digital technologies, human capital development, and the micro, small, and medium enterprises (MSME) sector. The administration aims to increase the tourism sector's contribution to GDP from 14% to 20% by 2030, and the agriculture sector's contribution to 6% from under 1%.
In this regard, Madam Presiding Officer, we intend to make targeted investments in strategically selected economies and areas such as tourism, agriculture, micro, small, and medium enterprises sector, infrastructure, digitization with high uptake in artificial intelligence, and human capital development.
Beyond these primary growth sectors, the budget also prioritizes continued enhancements in healthcare services, community development, youth development, sport, and public utilities. A substantial $670.4 million has been allocated to health, wellness, and social protection, demonstrating a commitment to improving the quality of life for Tobagonians, including a goal to increase healthy life expectancy to 70 years.
Moreover, Madam Presiding Officer, we will continue to take all the necessary steps and required actions to enhance the public healthcare experiences, inclusive of a reduction in wait time and an increase in the healthy life expectancy of Tobagonians at birth to 70 years from its current level of 62 years.
A crucial aspect of this budget address was the emphasis on anchoring fiscal stability. Secretary Roberts highlighted the inherited $1 billion in liabilities from the previous administration and underscored the critical need for constitutional transformation to grant the THA greater fiscal autonomy. The budget requests a minimum of 5.9% of the national budget, arguing for per capita expenditure equality.
Basically, all Tobago is requesting is per capita expenditure equality as a minimum revenue share to the THA, based primarily on the island's population as a percentage share of the national population. In dollars and cents, this is calculated as $5.90 out of every $100 in proposed national expenditure in fiscal 2026. Madam Presiding Officer, this is a fair, just, and reasonable request.
This budget, according to Secretary Roberts, signifies a pivotal moment in Tobago's journey towards a prosperous economy defined by sustainable growth and fiscal stability.
The Tobago House of Assembly, THA, has tabled an ambitious $3.71 billion budget request for fiscal year 2026, escalating its campaign for greater self-governance and what it terms per capita expenditure equality with Trinidad. Reporter Jewel Green George has the details.
5 days short of the one-year anniversary of the appointment of Tobago's first female Secretary of Finance, Petalan Roberts, Tobago received its 2026 budget wish list. The proposed budget, representing a significant 5.9% of the projected national budget, was presented with sharp political accusations. The THA administration claims it has been forced to operate under unjustified imposed financial constraints and unprecedented political interference.
Let me state here, Madam Presiding Officer, that any allocation to the THA in fiscal 2026 that is less than 5.9% will constitute a non-alleviation of the per capita expenditure inequality that has defined the national budget and its appropriation bill since 1962.
This year's request far exceeds the $2.599 billion allocated for fiscal 2025, which amounted to 4.35% of the national budget. The demand comes as the central government navigates its own fiscal pressures with a projected national deficit of $9.67 billion for 2025. Beyond a simple financial request, the budget serves as a political platform for the THA's current primary objective of constitutional reform. The administration is aggressively and relentlessly pursuing changes that would grant Tobago greater fiscal authority, including the power to borrow independently and secure a guaranteed, non-discretionary share of the national budget.
Unfortunately, the Tobago Island government, that is the THA, is currently constitutionally and legislatively debarred from exercising any authority for fiscal policy matters on the island outside of revenue collection. In our colonial Republican constitutional construct, Madam Presiding Officer, all authority for fiscal policy is vested in the central government of Trinidad and Tobago.
This move frames the island's economic development as being directly dependent on achieving greater autonomy from Port of Spain. The move is also setting the stage for a potentially contentious budget debate that intertwines Tobago's finances with its long-standing quest for self-determination. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
In a post-budget interview, Assemblyman Watson Duke expressed strong support for the proposed fiscal plan, rating it a 10 out of 10. However, he emphasized that the success of the budget hinges on the current Tobago House of Assembly administration's ability to effectively implement its proposals. Meanwhile, Minority Leader Kelvon Morris offered a more reserved perspective, describing the presentation as a quote, fair attempt, end quote, at addressing Tobago's economic challenges. AMPLIA Balgobin has the details.
On the heels of the minority leader's suggestion that there is room for improvement, he expressed deep concerns over the presentation's lack of substance and direction, stating he saw not much of a difference from previous fiscal plans. He noted that critical aspects of the budget were ignored with no mention of tangible achievements, particularly in the areas of housing and land distribution.
Housing Minority Council mentioned it. You call out 200 persons were given letters for the housing program down at Riseland. And those persons, after 3.5 years, that is all they are left with. The letters. No construction, no allocation, and all they have been given is false hope. We asked the Secretary of Housing initially, when he announced the ambitious plans of 1,000 homes, how are you going to fund these homes? And he said to us, Watch me work.
While the minority leader expressed dissatisfaction with housing outcomes for the island, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine shared a more optimistic perspective, particularly on Tobago's employment progress and economic growth.
Last year, we recognized a 1% growth in the economy. This year, we have 3% growth. So it means that our local economy, the Tobago economy, is in fact recovering and has recovered from COVID-19. Secondly, she spoke to the fact that our unemployment is at 1%, which is in fact lower than the national average. So, and yes, we do feel that there are pockets of individuals requiring employment, but this is an achievement to be lower than the national average when it comes to the unemployment rate.
While this presentation served as just an overview of Tobago's budget, attention now turns to the upcoming debate, scheduled for Thursday at 10 a.m., where further discussions and clarifications are expected to unfold. Alia Balgobin, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Tobago House of Assembly presented its budget for the upcoming fiscal year, laying out its plans for the island's economic and social development. Finance Secretary Petalan Roberts outlined the THA's priorities, including a request for $3.71 billion from the central government, aimed at energizing key sectors like tourism, agriculture and human capital development, while also addressing critical needs such as public housing and coastal protection. But what do Tobagonians themselves hope to see from this budget, and how do they believe it will impact their daily lives? Our team was on the ground asking citizens as the THA presented its budget today, which specific areas like tourism, agriculture or jobs do you hope to see prioritized, and what real changes do you expect this budget to bring to Tobago? Here's what they had to say.
Well, my opinion, right, we have no proper agriculture in Tobago. And we have a sort of youths knocking all over the place. And where I find they should find, put things in place for the younger youth. Those young men on the street, we find a lot of young men on the block drinking, smoking. They should make use to get those men off the street to have the agriculture to help them and to build them and to strengthen them.
Agriculture is one of the main things that any country should supposed to look at, because food is essential. Yeah, food. And if you plant a garden, plant things, that is where the house assembly is supposed to help people with. To plant plant cassava where could use to make flour, plant dasheen, cocoa, banana, and things would be easier for everybody when you do that.
I think tourism and agriculture, because both of them is essential for the country here. We call ourselves, we rely on tourism a lot, right? And we need to focus on that.
Right. My thing is agriculture. The first priority must be food for your people. Right? And forget about other things that don't make sense to the people. Food, jobs, sustainable jobs. Right? You could turn CPEP into a model to plant food and help with the food security that we're talking about in Tobago. Because all we're hearing over how many years is the same thing about how much money is spending in agriculture, but yet you're not seeing anything in agriculture that making sense to Tobago.
By building a proper transportation system, a road, a significant, important road that takes us right through the country. Spend the money in producing cocoa. Spend the money in producing potato. Spend the money in producing other products like dasheen. Use the mango. Mango is dropping from the tree and wasting. Do an industry. People have to learn to produce. And Tobago money need to go efforts to develop Tobago and produce. That's it.
We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Hello, New York. Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But I forget to tell all you, it's our 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Saving up to go. Anything we not backing down, like a bomb we ready to explode. Ain't gonna wait until my back against the wall. Ain't gonna.
Tobago, this is your chance to lock in the brunch experience of the summer. Sun up.
Real bad girl get nasty.
The Brunch Inclusive Edition, the ultimate party in the East, where vibrant flavors, refreshing cocktails, and electrifying vibes collide. It's happening on Saturday, July 5th from 3 p.m. at Deltec Compound, Argyle. Bring your coolers, bring your crew, and brunch, sip, and vibe in style. This is the flavorful escape you've been waiting for. Grab your tickets now at Barcode, Pablo Supermarket, Lost Restaurant and Lounge, Deltec Compound, and committee members. Sun up! It's more than a brunch, it's an experience.
Thanks for staying with us. Newly elected Member of Parliament for Tobago West, Joel Sampson, delivered a passionate and pointed maiden speech in the House of Representatives today, Monday, 23rd of June, calling for increased financial allocations and stronger respect for the Tobago House of Assembly's authority.
Sampson, speaking during the debate on the Supplementary Appropriation Bill for the 2025 fiscal year, he used the opportunity to highlight what he described as the long-standing underfunding of Tobago and its harmful impact on the island's development.
I wish to say to the goodly member that I will not stand here as my predecessor and arrogantly state it is we time now. Instead, I will remind all and sundry that this is the time, finally after 10 years, that it is the people of Trinidad and Tobago's time.
He announced that collaborative efforts with the central government had secured an additional $134 million for the Tobago House of Assembly. Notably, he referred a recent directive from the Prime Minister mandating all state entities to coordinate with the THA before executing projects on the island, a move Sampson described as a step toward greater autonomy.
It is through active negotiations that the members of Parliament for Tobago East and Tobago West, alongside this government, which has led to $134 million becoming available to the people of Tobago.
According to Sampson, the gap in per-person investment between Tobago and Trinidad ranges between $1,000 and $1,300 annually. A shortfall, he says, directly affects public services and the quality of life.
Similarly, in fiscal 2025, this translated to a spend of $4,046 per person in Trinidad and $3,106 per person in Tobago. This is a deficit in investment of at least $1,000 to $1,300 per person in Tobago.
Sampson pledged to represent the people of Tobago West with authenticity and integrity, describing his election as a mandate for seismic change in the way Tobago is represented at the national level. I'm Kimberly Mitchell, reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
Join us as we turn to the spotlight on the dedicated men and women who have shaped generations through their commitment to education. The 2025 Tobago Tutor and Teachers Awards ceremony took place last Thursday at the Food and Nutrition Cooperative Building facility in Canaan. It was a heartfelt celebration of service, honoring those who have collectively dedicated more than a century to the academic and personal growth of Tobago's youth. Reporter Kimberly Mitchell has more.
It was an evening filled with gratitude, recognition, and pride for the educators whose impact continues to echo through the classrooms and communities of our island. Representing the Southeastern District Executive, Mr. Sheldon Topping reflected on the long-standing legacy of the event, noting that the Tobago Tutor and Teachers Award ceremony has now stood the test of time for the past 85 years. In his words, the celebration is deeply rooted in tradition and only gets better with time. His remarks underscore the enduring value of honoring educators and the cultural pride embedded in the island's approach to education.
This event is 85 years strong, and like fine Tobago cocoa tea, it just keeps getting richer with time.
Toppin also highlighted the unity and shared purpose within the education sector, pointing to the presence of all 8 education districts at the ceremony. He described it as clear proof that the Tobago spirit is not only alive but also contagious and inspiring, a testament to the island's collective commitment to excellence in education.
The fact that all 8 education districts are represented here is proof that the Tobago spirit is both contagious and inspiring.
Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Ms. Zorisha Hackett, expressed heartfelt gratitude to Tobago's teachers during her address at the Tobago Tutor and Teachers Award ceremony. She highlighted that as educators continue to grow professionally, they also contribute to the strengthening of the island's entire education system. Hackett commended teachers for the lives they have shaped, the hope they continue to nurture, and the future they are building for generations of Tobagonians.
As we grow as professionals, we strengthen our entire education district. Teachers, again, I say thank you. Thank you for the lives you've shaped, the hope you nurture, and the future you build here for us as Tobagonians. I now wish to declare the Tobago Tutor Teachers Get Together, the 85th anniversary at that, officially open.
Present at the event were Assemblyman Ms. Zorisha Hackett, Secretary Mr. Trevor James, Tobago Officer Mr. Braden Roberts, Education Supervisors, and other special guests who came out to celebrate the contributions of Tobago's teachers and the 85th year milestone. I'm Kimberly Mitchell, reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
On Saturday morning, the A+ Fitness 5K run kicked off a wellness-filled weekend. Participants of all ages gathered to test their endurance and enjoy a spirited run through scenic routes of Tobago, promoting cardiovascular fitness and community engagement. The 5K event is held bi-monthly, occurring on the first and third Saturdays of each month. Meanwhile, martial arts took center stage with the Tobago Karate competition. This was hosted by Tobago-born Julian Fletcher, who now resides in the United Kingdom. The event showcased both local talent and international influence. It also fostered discipline, focus, and athletic excellence among participants. These events not only underline the commitment of Tobagonians to healthier lifestyles, but also contribute to the growth of health and wellness tourism on the island. As more fitness-focused initiatives emerge, Tobago continues to position itself as a destination where vitality and community spirit thrives. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news right after this.
Dance Ensemble Tobago presents our signature event, Tobago Dance Sport Championship and Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Lights, cameras, dance on 12th edition on Saturday the 12th of July, 5 p.m. The Shore Park Cultural Complex Auditorium. See our dancers, all ages, compete in waltz, jive, rumba, salsa, mambo, and much more. Our Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Who will take home the Mirror Ball Trophy? Mrs. Takiana Ned Augustine, the wife of the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly. Miss Lynette Louis, vocalist entertainer. Mrs. Cassandra Thompson Forbes, journalist and Tobago correspondent. Mr. Javon Carrington, founder and head trainer of Dosfit Studios. And Mr. Julian Skeet, administrator and former TV host. After show, dance party with DJ Santa out of Trinidad. Early bird tickets, adults $200, children $75, and general tickets, adults $250 and children $100. Get your early bird tickets now from Dance Ensemble members, D&D Jewelers at Tobago United Cooperative, Milford the 24 gas station in Canaan, and the Shore Park Cultural Complex box office. For more information, you call 772-9049 and 340-5758. You can't miss this one.
Courts is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Courts Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Courts Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Welcome back. With the Caribbean Premier League CPL batting strike rate of 190, bowling average of just 6.77 runs per over, Tobago's Joshua James is expected to excite cricketing fans. His status as an important all-rounder has been established. Renowned for being a launching pad for regional talent, this CPL season, all eyes are firmly on Tobagonian all-rounder Joshua James. Reporter Jewel Green George has more. The weather report is up next.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, eh? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but I have the children, cousin Tofina tell me, for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driven? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me pick me them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trace Springer down by the place down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products, it's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who's your family? You know Edna and Dorka and them, you know them, but you resemble them Edward boy and them Edward people them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russo Trace Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Springs. Contact 49SWIFT 4979438.
can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
With a Caribbean Premier League CPL batting strike rate of 190, bowling average of just 6.77 runs per over, Tobago's Joshua James is expected to excite cricketing fans. His status as an important all-rounder has been established. Renowned for being a launching pad for regional talent, this CPL season, all eyes are firmly on Tobagonian all-rounder Joshua James. Reporter Joel George has more.
The promising 24-year-old has officially been drafted by the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons for the upcoming CPL tournament, a move that is generating a considerable amount of excitement throughout cricket circles, particularly in Tobago. James, a homegrown talent from Tobago and a former West Indies under-19 representative, isn't entirely new to the CPL. He's had previous stints with the Jamaica Talawas and even made an appearance for the Falcons in 2024, and he's passionate about the sport.
I developed a passion for cricket back in second year. I remember I used to stay back after school watching my two older brothers train, and I always tell myself that I will like to play the sport.
However, his consistent and impactful performances in recent domestic competitions have undeniably caught the attention of the Falcons' management. Some of James's excellent performances include the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force and the Trinidad and Tobago Legions in the West Indies Breakout League. His inclusion in a robust squad that already features international stars like Pakistan's Imad Wasim and Bangladesh's Shakib Al Hassan speaks volume about the faith the franchise has in his burgeoning abilities. This draft seems to be the realization of his dreams from back in 2023.
My goals are to play for all West Indies senior team and even play in the rest of leagues around the world.
A right-arm fast bowler known for his wicket-taking prowess and an impressive right-handed lower-order batsman, James offers a valuable all-round package to the Falcons. While he recently faced a temporary suspension from bowling during the Breakout League, his immediate dedication to remedial work is a testament to his commitment, positioning him as a player to watch closely. Cricket enthusiasts, especially those eagerly following from Tobago, are buzzing with anticipation to witness James's explosive performances as the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons hopefully soar to new heights in the CPL. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
The Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transportation Company Limited has issued a public service announcement concerning a revised sailing schedule for tomorrow, Tuesday, June 24, 2025. The APT James, which was previously scheduled to depart at 6:30 a.m., will now commence its sailing at 8:30 a.m. Passengers are advised that their existing ferry tickets remain valid and do not require alteration for this revised departure time. Other scheduled sailings for June 24, 2025 will proceed as originally planned. The Bucco Reef is set to depart Trinidad at 8:30 a.m. and Tobago at 4 p.m. The MV Cabo Star serving cargo will depart Trinidad at 2 p.m. and Tobago at 11 p.m. The management of TTIT extends its apologies for any inconvenience this schedule adjustment may cause. Now for a look to the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight is expected to be initially fair with a few isolated showers, particularly after midnight. The temperature tonight is expected to drop to 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, showery spells favoring the morning period will interrupt generally fair, slightly hazy, and at times breezy conditions. There is a low chance of an odd isolated thunderstorm. Daytime temperatures are expected to reach 30 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 33 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate with waves 1.5 to 2 meters, open waters, and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:41 and sunset is at 6:27. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. Tobago Budget Day down to the details. Demands are made as it relates to the THA budget. Watson versus Kelvon post-budget interview, and Tobagonians embrace health. I am Kristen Solandi. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great night.